stressing. Take your shoes off and relax. Why do you stress so much?
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Friday Fuel. Today, we're going to talk about how you can stress less so that you can rest and digest. Okay, so what do I mean by that? We have two modes, really, but today I want to kind of put it into the idea of inputs. Remember, like throwback with your TVs, when you had input one was like your general TV, and then input two was like when you wanted to watch a movie and use the VHS tape, and then maybe input three or something was where you played your PlayStation, whatever it was. Okay, throw it back to that. So your input two in your body is your fight and flight response. That is the response that saves your life all the time. Now, that may change a little bit because it was designed to help us run away from bears and tigers and lions and all those other things that would chase us down because they were hungry. That is the key goal of that response. It knows when we are stressed, our brain goes, oh, we're going to be eaten. And then we start having all this energy to go run. Great. But here's the thing, nowadays, we don't really have that problem anymore. Instead, fight or flight is turned on by passive-aggressive emails, signed kind regards, or they're turned on by, being cut off in traffic, or maybe your dress that you ordered for this event didn't come in on time, even though you ordered it from Amazon this morning.
Why isn't it here by now?
Obviously, there's more serious things, but they're very different, but our body has the same response. It does several things to keep us alive. Nowadays, in response, it's the same response, just to different stressors where our life probably isn't in danger. But what the first thing it does is turns off our digestive system. So let's say you're stressed out. What usually happens? Many of us get a tummy ache. We start to feel really nauseous. We get butterflies in our stomach. Maybe we get constipated and then we don't poop for a few days, or maybe we have diarrhea and it's too much poop. Like crazy things start happening in our digestive system. Why? Because of fight or flight. Now, why does it do that? Because if we were to go take off and run from a bear, the last thing we need to do is poop. It's an unnecessary thing in our body that needs to happen in order to save our lives. Now, that's input two. Input one, where we should be living, is rest and digest mode. In rest and digest mode, our body knows we are okay, we are calm, we can live our lives very well, there is no danger in sight, and our digestive system can do its job. It is on, it is digesting all the food that we eat, and it poops it out. Great. Now, while we should be living in input one, we're actually, majority of us is living in input two, in fight or flight all the time. And this is where we see chronic stress. With chronic stress, we are seeing constant tummy issues. We're also seeing sleep problems. Maybe you're exhausted, but you're tired and wired. By the time you go to bed, you just lay there staring at the ceiling. Now you're more pissed because you can't fall asleep. And then on top of that, maybe you don't even stay asleep. Maybe you're waking up 3-4 times in the night with no idea why. Might as well go pee. I don't know, do something else with your life. So what do? How do we get out of fight or flight and into rest and digest? See, that's the good news, is that we do have ways to turn on rest and digest. Here, I am not saying,
Just stop stressing. Take your shoes off and relax. Why do you stress so much?
I'm not that person. I don't know if you've met me, but I am also a very go person. So with that, I've had to build in my own strategies to learn how to turn on my own rest and digest mode. And those three ways is what I'm going to talk about today. So number one is yoga. Now with yoga, these movements that I'm doing right here are literally movements that help stimulate our digestive system. There are ways to actually massage our organs and even get our digestive system fired up and ready to go while at the same time we're laying down and we're able to breathe in and out. We're able to then be mindful on the ground and just focus on those movements. When we do that, not only are we lowering our cortisol levels and changing our body chemistry, but we're also stimulating our organs to then be activated again and be told, oh no, we're good. There's no bear coming. We can digest this food and poop it out. We're good to go. But also on top of that, these movements are extremely helpful if you are struggling with being bloated, and which is really uncomfortable in itself. And maybe you haven't pooped in a few days or a week, or maybe it's just totally unpredictable. There's no schedule at all. These actual movements can be extremely helpful. I have no affiliate to these ladies here on YouTube, but I attached 2 links in the comments where they just give a 10-minute sequence or flow. See, I'm not a yogi, but I put 10-minute flow of going through these movements to help stimulate the digestive system. Now, before you say I don't have time, I know you've got 10 minutes to go on Facebook and scroll around, so go ahead and do it on the floor. These are going to be extremely helpful towards your health. Now, number 2 is breath work. Now, when I say breath work, I mean I want you to take a second and notice when you're breathing, is it your chest moving up and down, or is it your belly moving in and out? Have you ever seen a little baby sleeping and their little bellies just move up and down? They're in rest and digest mode. 90% of us, if you walk into a room of adults, they breathe with their chest moving up and down and their stomach doesn't move at all. I'll tell you what that means. That means they're in fight or flight. Because when we breathe through our diaphragm and through our tummy here, we are actually stimulating the vagus nerve, which is what turns on our parasympathetic nervous system. In other words, your rest and digest mode. So with that, when we are able to breathe in and out, it is extremely helpful, not only to, breathe and expand your lungs, but also taking a second to lay on the floor, being mindful, and just focus on your breath. In order to do that, you lay down on the floor, press your back into the floor, and you take a big inhale through your nose, pressing that belly as tight and out as you can, and then exhale out, then bringing that belly button back down towards the floor. Now, this is also going to be extremely helpful in your conditioning in your workouts. So often after a really heavy class, when my heart feels like it's about to beat out of its chest, I'll immediately stand up, start walking, and trying to breathe through my belly, telling my heart rate not only to slow down, but also then bringing myself back into rest and digest so I'm not staying in fight or flight through the workout adrenaline that I just had. This is extremely helpful in being able to work on not only your cardiovascular exercise, but just training your heart rate of going really high and then coming back down. All right, now number 3, and this is the one where I lose people, so bear with me. But number 3 is meditation. And look, I know you're already checking out. I know it. I can already feel it. I know you're checking out already, but listen up. Studies have shown time and time again that meditation will literally alter your body chemistry. How? Because of the effect that it has on our hormones. And when we meditate and we're able to be mindful and calm ourselves back down, we literally lower those cortisol levels. What does that mean? We then go into rest and digest mode. Boom, the whole point of this video. So with meditation, it's not an easy thing. I struggle with it. I'm still working on it. It's hard. But there are tools out there to make it easier for you. I am not affiliated with either one of these apps, Calm or Headspace, but Calm is pretty cool. It's kind of like a Spotify for meditation. There's beginners videos on how to meditate and just getting started. There's even meditations for sleep. If you're really struggling to go to sleep and you feel like your mind is just wired, there are videos or audio tracks to listen to for that to be very helpful. There's even celebrities on here that you want to take a stab at it and help you start meditating. So that's pretty neat. So I would highly recommend looking into Calm, or if you're just looking for something more rudimentary, more simple, something like Headspace is great as well. It's really just helping you focus on your breathing in and out and coaching you through that. It's kind of cartoonish and cute. Again, I don't have affiliate links to either one of these. These are just great tools that are out there for you, and you can do it, either one of them, for a week for free. which is pretty neat. So give it a try. You can't knock it till you try it, because then you're not giving it a fair shot. And I highly recommend it, just because of what it can do to your brain, literally your body chemistry. The way that we are then mindful and can be centered and focus on one thing at a time can then shift us back into rest and digest and not suffering in fight or flight constantly. Here's the thing, when we're stuck in fight or flight, we are being inflamed, we are in stress. And what does stress do? Makes us fat, keeps us fat. Makes us sick, keeps us sick. Makes us age, and will continue to age us. So be good to yourselves. Go ahead, look into these tools and these videos that I put on here. I know it can be extremely helpful, but if you have questions, if you need more guidance, maybe this is just all too overwhelming of a video, please shoot me an email. I work on these things with my clients all the time. They're extremely helpful. Pairing these mindful, healthful habits along with food, along with helping your sleep, along with coming into the gym, all of these things connect. So if you have any questions, please shoot me an email. I'll have my email in the comments as well. But I'd be happy to work with you. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see y'all next time.